Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Gemini, let me see you. Let me see you, please. I've been in your readings before and asked permission to read you. It's like just this really interesting feeling. Although it's kind of a given if you come to the reading. You click on the video, that's kind of, you are giving that intention. But there has been some times where I've felt the need to ask for whatever reason. And it's a little bit like that. This is a spread that I'm using that I've used before, but I've titled the spread differently, and I find by titling the spread differently, I do get different answers. So you may recognize the spread by what the hell is your deal, man, or the mask that you wear. But what I'm doing this week is, let me see you. Let me see you. So we're going to look at who you really are, the mask you hide behind, or a little bit more in this reading, like how other people may be perceiving you right now, which is not necessarily in alignment with who you really are. Why you hide your true self, how this affects your relationships, advice for you, and outcomes should you follow the advice. We are going to use the L key deck. What do you have at the bottom after the pre-shuffle? You have She Who Begins, Launch, Actualize, and Potential. So it's almost like you're just getting started. You're just getting started, Gemini. And then we're going to use the Tarot of Positive Clarity, the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. Wow. This almost feels like making a bold statement in a public way. You're only just getting started. Ooh, Gemini. And then at the bottom, wow, then you have the Ace of Cups. Well, that's a nice feeling. Maybe it is a bold statement. A big, bold, wonderful, emotional statement. Oh, that's my teeny tiny Rider-Waite, in case you didn't recognize it. So let's get started, Gems. My Gemini dog is in here. She had a very dirty tummy. Went for a walk. She got a little muddy tummy. She's all clean now, sort of. Yeah. All right, Gemini, who you really are. How people are mostly, though, perceiving you right now. Why? Why do you hide this? How it affects your relationships. Advice for you. And advice should, an outcome if you should follow the advice. Okay, who you really are. She who is present, now, awareness, and acceptance. You're living in the moment. Wow, maybe that's going away quickly. I don't know. You're living in the moment, but this moment is a period of, so I'm really feeling the way her hair has gone up in the air. I'm really feeling this cold breeze going around her. So it's like a fresh, the air feels fresh in this moment. Awareness, acceptance. There's something fresh. Distant. You're not really thinking about the future, and you're not really thinking about the past. And this is bringing like an uplifting. It just feels like this air comes in and it lifts the heaviness of her hair off of her shoulders and her neck, and everything just feels like really fresh. So you may be going through a period where you're not really focusing on the future. It's like a stasis, but it feels very calm and fresh. You're not hung up on the past. The future can be whatever it wants to be. You're just sitting in kind of, I would say, like this quiet, maybe uplifted silence. The mask you're hiding behind. She was wild, untamed, wild, and mysterious. Funny. So people see you kind of like letting loose. I want to say like there's a part of you that seems more like you're letting loose. You're not... All right, that kind of makes sense, because what I want to say is it's like you're not really worried about tomorrow. So I'm really picking that up here. You're not really worried about tomorrow. You're really presently here. And I don't mean like that this is somebody, you know, going out and having a good hard time here with your friends and drinking a lot and partying and not really worried about how you're going to feel in the morning. Like it's sort of like that, but it doesn't have, because this card just feels really uplifted and fresh, like it's living in the moment without worrying about tomorrow. But I don't feel like you're doing anything now that, you know, would be heavy consequences for tomorrow. Like you're living recklessly. I'm not getting that. But it is a little bit untamed, unpredictable. And, you know, people who are around you that might be a little more keen about always following the rules and never doing this unless you've done that first. Always eat your fruit before you have anything else. They might think you're a little bit, they might think you're a little bit living risky. But I feel like that would be people that are really kind of straight-laced, seriously straight-laced. It's a really present, beautiful energy, to be honest. Okay, it was why you're hiding your true self. But okay, so what is it that people aren't seeing here? Before I even get to why you're hiding something, it's because I feel like people are seeing a part of you though that is in the moment. Like they are seeing that, but it feels like they don't know why. They don't know why you're living, maybe you got a lot of problems. And like, why are you acting like you not got any problems? You got this and this and that to deal with in the future. I don't have that right now. Like, right? Like it is. And yeah, she was wild. There might be people around you too that maybe try to get you to go their way or see things their way. Or, you know, if you're making plans with a friend, with a group of friends or a friend, maybe this friend or a person in the group kind of always wants to steer whatever you all are going to do together in the direction of what they want to do, you know, but you're not even going there. You're not, no, I'm doing all right, you guys go. I'm going to go do this. Like, whoa, Gemini, you're going on your own. Like there's a sense of that, right? Like not following the crowd here. But because you're really present, I got to dig this out because there's something that people aren't seeing here. And that's because it's what the next card is about, like why you're hiding that. So what is it that people are not seeing? I don't know if you're intentionally hiding it, but people aren't picking it up. You have some sort of awareness and acceptance about, so perhaps you may have done as much as you can for anything that's coming up in the future for yourself. You know, what will be, que sera, sera. It is a little bit like that. So I feel like there's maybe some planning, there's some thoughtfulness here for you to be in the now, presently in the now. And there's awareness with this and acceptance. So I think you're at peace. And I don't know that you're actually hiding this. I feel like people just aren't seeing it. So this could be, again, people that are really caught up in rules and regulations and patterns. Yeah, so why are you hiding this? If you are, well, look at this. Isn't this interesting? She who hesitates, ponder delay and confidence. Well, now we take a sudden turn, don't we? See, I wanted to look deeply in here. I love these cards, especially with the spread. I don't know if I've ever used this deck with this spread before. Maybe I have. I'm not sure. Okay, so what is it that you... Perhaps over-planning in the past has resulted in you finding yourself with less options or less maneuverability. Because I'm really getting like you're not over-planning anything here. You're just kind of going with the flow. That's what people are seeing. But you're accepting life for what it is. Okay, I really honestly feel like that there's something that you are feeling not 100% confident about going towards yet. So I do want to say, in some ways you might even just be accepting this about yourself or how you feel. If you're hesitating... I think it's a confidence thing. So you might be overcompensating in other areas of your life. You may not, but this is what I'm getting. Because I don't it's a general reading. It's not going to be for everyone. But what I'm seeing here, how this is unfolding, is right. Like, what does it look like? It looks like, yeah, wild and tamed. I'm crazy, mysterious, I do whatever. But wait a second. There's a part of you that's being held back here. You're accepting something. I'm so curious to pull out the tarot cards to see what it is that you've come to some sort of awareness and acceptance to in this moment. And I feel like, though, before I get to the tarot, that it has something to do with your confidence. You're hesitating because of your confidence, and you might be overcompensating. You don't want other people to think that you're not confident. So you're appearing, you know, hey, do whatever I want today. How does this affect your relationships? She who remains, powerful devotion and true worth. Oh, this keeps unfolding. It is like reading a book. It's like I'm reading about the hero or the heroine. And I'm like, why are they acting like that? Oh, and you discover something from their past. I'm like, that makes sense. Oh, now I see they're not confident. Like, oh, wait a second. That person's a bit of an asshole. Not the heroine or the hero. Something. Okay. There's something here about, okay, how this affects your relationship. You're holding back. And I think you're holding back in some area of your life, some part of you, and you are doing a little bit of the, people look at my right hand while the left hand is hiding because it's not feeling confident, like a little bit of an overcompensation. But I feel like here, this confidence has to do with your true worth, your true value, how this affects your relationships. You're either A, doing some sort of solo work here about yourself so that your confidence isn't affected in some sort of particular relationship or relationship dynamics, and or you've dealt with someone in the past that has made you feel like less. And because I'm getting a bit of a hold back here. So you may be holding back from one person or a group dynamic in particular that has poked you somehow in a sensitive area that's related to your confidence. It's just a boy, Lily. It's just a boy. She sounds so tough. She's confident. She's a short little shit. She's cute and fluffy. She's confident as shit sometimes. You ready to go for it? Okay, I'm going to let her out the door. Going to let you out the door. All right, you can't come back. You can't do 2 disturbances in one meeting. Okay, go see. Go. Okay, are you coming back in, Lily? Are you coming in? Come on. No, all right then. No, yeah, are you coming? Okay. Come in. Why are you going under there? Okay, go lay in your bed. Go lay in your bed. Come lay in your bed. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Oh, that's a good girl. That's a good girl. That's good. What? Oh, you feel shy? Oh no. Okay, come here. Just. Oh. The Gemini dog wanted to say hi to the Gemini. I'm sorry. Yeah, good girl. I know. Larry gets way too much camera time, doesn't he? What is with that? I don't know. All right, I'm back. Hopefully I don't repeat myself, but kind of getting back into the flow here after a little interruption. Yeah, I feel like, because kind of where I think I left off here was, there's something that you're hiding about yourself. And, you know, now that I've had a second here to think about it too, is I don't even know that a part of yourself that you're hiding is even connected to this. You know, there's all sorts of elements of us. We're complicated, right? Humans aren't just like A, B, and C. There's all sorts of little things in between and nuances about us. So there's definitely something showing up here about you not being confident. And I feel like wanting to approach relationships, like really being devoted to your value here. So you might have been undermined or allowed yourself to be undermined in some type of relationship or relationships in the past. And It seems like it's knocked your confidence, right? So there's a part of you that you're hiding. And I do feel like you are compensating a little bit. Because these are so opposite. Like, why you hide your true self? I don't think you do all the time. There's something in particular that you're not feeling confident about here. All right. What's the advice for you? Oh, damn. She who avenges, revenge, outcomes, and justice. And always remember, the best revenge is living your best life. Which I do see you doing here. But it feels like it could be a little bit surface level. There's something deeper going on. So I want to say too that this is about taking control again. Lily, no, there's nothing going on. Stop, okay? That's enough. Shh. Or you have to leave the room. How come if you follow the advice? She who guides, new path, guide, and renewal. Oh. Kind of has a Six of Swords feeling. You might kind of be led into a direction here. Go with it. See where it's taking you. It's something that's a new opportunity. There's a new experience coming around the corner for you. And that could even be linked to, like, the advice for you is like to take this, to go with it. Advice for you. Avenge your life. Bring justice into your own life. She who changes, transformation, change, and enchantment. Iris, interesting. Yeah, there is a change here. So even to this part of yourself that you're hiding a little bit with the confidence and delay, it could be because you are finding like different parts of yourself that you haven't explored before. And you're getting the confidence to bring this out. So I feel like that opportunity is going to present itself to you to do that. So your advice here is to do that, is to take it. Take the bull by the horns. Go with it, baby. Get into the tarot. I'm going to do one tarot card for each area here. Who you really are. The Ace of Pentacles. Some sort of achievement here, but it's in the physical sense, which is really interesting because I'm seeing like more depth here than anything. So there may have been some things that you've achieved more in the physical sense. Like, you know, things that are, yes, things that are easier for other people to see, you know, on the surface. Like a very simple example is a brand new car. So you have a brand new car. And people just kind of see on this, oh, not a nice car. I guess so-and-so is doing really well for themselves. You know, but the thing is, well, not necessarily, like maybe your income hasn't changed, but you've been saving the last 10 years for that new car. And you've been like, you know, there's a lot more to what is seen by other people than what's really going on. So, like, that's what I get though. It's almost like that's who you were even. There's some disconnect here. And I feel like because I'm almost reading you in a period of, right, well, we have it here, of a change, like a transformation, and you're in the chrysalis, and I'm kind of picking up the energy of you prior to getting into the chrysalis, and a little bit of the energy moving beyond the chrysalis. And it's almost like I'm looking at you in the chrysalis. That's what I feel like here. But I'm really interested why people are seeing you more untamed, wild, and mysterious. But, you know, but this really isn't. And so the Ace of Pentacles, because you have like a pentacle card, it's very present, it's real. It's something that you can hold on to and you can look at it, right? It's a type of achievement that is visible. So maybe you're not so visible because you have this hesitate. So you're not so visible, and that's unusual to people. So now that even feels a bit like people are using their own imaginations to what you could be up to. Well, what is that? The Six of Cups. I don't know what you up to, but people really perceive you as someone who's just doing what your inner child says to do. But there's two parts of your inner child here. There's one that is confident. Oh, this is so dualistic. No, like you're reading for Gemini, Cindy. This is so dualistic. Because there's the part that people are seeing. That's the other thing. There's the part that people are seeing, and then there's the part that people aren't seeing. And I'm getting both of these in your spread. So the part that people are mostly seeing is this happy, go lucky, free, untamed inner child, like, you know, really connected with that and allowing that to explore. But there's another part to your inner child here that feels held back, feels hurt, feels bruised. People think that you're wild and untamed. They ain't seen nothing. Because there's a whole part of you here that's a little bit in the shadows. There's a bruised part of your inner child. Yeah, it reminds me of, like, you know, the little kid that's always dressed in any way they wanted to and danced any way they wanted to and done what they wanted to. And then the first day they go to school and somebody's like, what the hell are you in? You look stupid. And then I'll immediately, I look stupid. Right? Because it's like something happened here that affected that inner child. But to the untamed eye, I don't think a lot of people would pick that up. It's so curious. It is almost a sense of avoiding what hurt you, you know. So let's just keep it in that. It's easy, like, right, to give an example of kids in a playground. We're talking about your inner child. So it's like you go back to school and you make a point of not going anywhere near little Tommy or whoever it was and say, you look stupid. I've never seen anybody dressed like that or dance like that, right? There's a part of you that's pulled back. Now, most people, though, are not seeing it because you're still off in your own little part of the yard doing your own little thing and still being you. But there's a big bruise here. There's a big bruise. And you don't want to face little Tommy until you fix the bruise. That's what I see here. Yeah, now I know it's so hard to read this because you are really utilizing your dualistic nature here. So why you hide it yourself? Let's see this. Oh my God, the Eight of Cups. Shit, and look at this card. It's almost like some sort of a dream or fantasy she had and she's running away from it. Okay, obviously there's a reason. Teddy bears. Oh, the inner child. Something happened here. This is adulting came in and hit the inner child. And the inner child is just like, this is a cold, cruel world. That's that. Everything is not buttercups and rainbows. Romance and happiness. Maybe you liked Tommy. No. Oh. So you hide it yourself because you're emotionally detached from something here. And it does look like it has something to do with kind of childhood dreams. There's a part of your inner child here that's feeling bruised and not willing to explore an aspect of a childhood dream. But I feel like it's specific. Like if we could say you had 10 childhood dreams here, your inner child would really like you to explore these concepts and possibilities in this lifetime. You got like 9 of them over here and you're ready to do it. And then number 10. And I feel like, though, because you want it, there's probably some attempt to explore it. And something here just made you feel like, no. And because it's emotional, maybe there's like the feeling of your feelings and emotions, not sharing those intimately with someone else. And how this affects your relationships, though. There could be, too, I want to say, like a bit of stone cold bitch. Stone cold. The guys can be that, too. So, I think that, yeah. A wall. A wall. And then the intention is, I feel like, to protect this bruise that the inner child has. So, how does this affect your relationships? The Magician. That's your card too, right? There's that Mercury energy. You are approaching relationships, because we have Mercury. I want to go right there right away and just say, like, intellectually. Right? Well, the 8 of Cups. The emotions are not connected in this. And I do, because the Magician is manifesting things. So you want to manifest things that I guess, like, respect your true worth. Now, I just want to say here, though, there's something that's like, you're going to probably manifest things that reflect the energy that you're in. So if you are more than okay with only having intellectual relationships with other people, where there is no emotional intimacy, that's what you're probably going to pull in here. But, and maybe that's your cycle. Maybe that's a cycle that you're going to go through for a little while. And then at some point you may want to, like, reassess what this inner child went through. Take a chance on people, take a chance on a person, just take a chance on yourself, But I'm just seeing that. So I'm just going to point it out to you as a reader. It's kind of my job. So advice for you, avenge. The King of Swords. Wow. Well, maybe this is a cycle that you should be using your intellect for. You should not be, emotionally connected. Because that's your advice too. So, hey. I wanted to word it in a way that I wasn't calling it out. Because, we all go through cycles. And it looks like that's a cycle that you're doing. And it's also a cycle that you're being guided to continue to do. Advice for you is the King of Swords. This is being very smart, utilizing what you know, and using it, I want to say, in self-service somehow here with avenge. Unless it's somebody else in your life and you're trying to support them in something, and then it is service to them. But there's definitely, your advice is to use your mind here. Outcome if you follow the advice, a new path, guide and renewal. The Knight of Wands. Wow. Maybe he's down the path. I don't know. That's funny. So the outcome if you follow this advice is, it feels like having the energy to succeed and do what it is that you want to do, to push through. There's a new path here. And you are not being emotionally invested in either a particular relationship or in relationships in general. And I am still kind of feeling like some people don't understand you. Like, why are you acting this way? Some people might even think you're kind of childish. I'm just getting this child energy, right? I don't know who it is that I could be picking up on, but it's just feeling that. There could be a bit of naivety that's played through here with this inner child has been burned. I think everybody's inner child gets burned here on Earth at least a couple of times. Page of Wands. Change, transform, change, and enchantment. Communication. Messages of change. So that's interesting. This Ace of Pentacles now. This is who you really are. And again, I say this like right now. It's not necessarily who you are all the time. I could probably do readings like that, like in this lifetime, right? But I'm not asking that. I'm reading this energy right now. So you are accepting, I want to say some sort of an opportunity or Ace of Pentacles. This is who Gemini is, the Ace of Swords. Whoa. Ace of Swords. Strength card and the Ace of Cups. Yo got 3 aces. Shit. What is going on here? Because you're emotionally, well, you're hiding your true self because the inner child has suffered a bruise. But now wait a second. Who you really are. I mean, you've got the Ace of Cups here, but you've got the Strength card that comes before it. So you have the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords. Then you have the Strength card and the Ace of Cups. That's the hardest new beginning for you here. I don't know what this path is. It could already be obvious for you. And if it's not, it's about to be. And it's clear as day with the Ace of Swords. Your mind is very clear about it. It's like something tangible. It's real. Look at it. It's right there. It's in writing. There's the street sign. However that shows up, right? It's real. It's in your life. That could also be what it is that you're looking for. You're not looking for anything less than reality. And then there's something though about holding back your emotions. So kind of feel like in some ways you're ready to start with something new emotionally. You're holding that back. And we know why. It's okay. So the mask you're hiding behind. Untamed, wild, mysterious. With the 6 of Cups. The 7 of Pentacles and the Justice card. It's very unexpected. I just want to say you're just acting in a way that people would not typically, at least their impressions of you, okay? You're probably thinking, oh, I'm acting. This is just, I'm not acting. I'm behaving in a way that is me. But I really do feel like some people are just like, there's something unexpected about this. How people are seeing you. Now, the 7 of Pentacles and Justice, though, it's like you've reached into your tool belt of tools for getting through life, and you've come up with a new solution, or you're in the process of that, but it's very creative, and it's not necessarily it's not necessarily sticking to a thought out plan. Right? Because it's wild and untamed and mysterious. It's not the Knight of Pentacles. This is not, I have a plan and this is how I'm going to do it day in and day out. This is a bit of throwing caution to the wind here. That's the new plan. And right, you have the Justice card, and your advice is justice. Take the King of Swords into justice. So I don't know what y'all up to, but there's a bit of throwing caution to the wind. And with the 7 of Pentacles, I want to say perhaps in the past over planning, and not so much now. And that almost seems to be the solution. Where people are like, I don't know why you're just, it's so, maybe you're typically an over planner. Why you hide your true self? This is like Tommy made fun of you in the playgrounds. The 7 of Cups The 5 of Pentacles and the 3 of Pentacles. Damn, that is like he made fun of you in the playground. And now you don't know how you feel. Like, right? Like this, something confused you emotionally in perhaps some sort of a group setting and feeling like unwelcome. It doesn't need to be something recently. It could be. But it's showing up here as a part of yourself that you've been hiding. And it's because of that. How does this affect your relationships? She who remains, the Magician. Sounds very powerful, doesn't it? Powerful devotion, true worth, Magician. The 2 of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the 7 of Swords. Jesus, what is that? This is playing small and being juggled. Is that what you're dealing with in a relationship here? What's that sound? Oh, it's a little vacuum thing. I thought Lily was crying in her sleep. I went and got, so anyways, I'll tell you the end. If you like, stick with it. I'll stick with it. I'll tell you the end what I got myself for Christmas. This is literally like being juggled in maybe a childish way, because you got the 7 of Swords here too. Like somebody's sneaking in. But you've got the true worth, and you're trying to manifest with that what feels like some sort of situation or scenario where somebody's like playing you. 2 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and that 7 of Swords. Yeah. Somebody's playing you. You're not playing that game. I ain't playing that game. You're Gemini saying there. There's a lot of different energy going on in your reading here, man. Advice for you. Avenge yourself with the King of Swords. Use your intellect. Apply it strongly, swiftly, unequivocally. The Fool and the Chariot. Wow. Major Arcana. I feel like there's some sort of opportunity or opening here in perhaps an unexpected way. And it's like, use your mind to utilize this for your benefit. Because the Fool, there's something new, right? Like it's new, it's fresh. And the King of Swords and the Fool is very Aquarian. So it's still air energy, but it is like, in a different way, a different approach. And the Chariot is to get it going, honey, get it moving. And I want to say, because Chariot, we're talking Cancer energy. Now we're talking about, emotions, but these can still be deeply hidden. With Cancer energy, it's like if you're starting to feel something here, like if that's an indication that this feels right and your mind is thinking this seems good, that's kind of like go with it. So I don't know, it's almost like this reading has the feeling of, something is an opportunity for you has come around the corner. So now you're walking on a new path and there's this guy chopping wood. I never went down a path and found that. Down a lot of paths. So, new path, the Knight of Wands. Hubba. The Magician. Oh my God. You're manifesting. You're manifesting this dude, whether you're into dudes or not. Maybe it's a fair maiden with like a little bikini on. I don't know what it is. But you're manifesting this. Can you give me more information about what this path is? The Gemini is manifesting. What is this path that Gemini is manifesting? Oh, the 9 of Cups. The 10 of Swords. Oh, what's that? All right. Now the Knight of Wands can be seen as a player. Is appearing here with the Magician. And the Magician is sitting with these cards where it feels like you're being played. I can keep up here because I'm like, how is this? So your dream is for something to come to an end, right? Because you have the dream card, my wish, my dreams, the 9 of Cups. And then you get the Ten of Swords. It's like, my dream is to have some sort of painful ending here. And it could be associated with somebody who's playing you. So there you go. And that's the outcome if you follow the advice. Your wish, your dream of of experiencing some sort of painful ending between you and perhaps someone else. And this is someone who, I want to say, with the Two of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords, juggling you in a very childish way. Sneaking around, hiding. Damn, that's an interesting reading. Oh, you got the Empress and the Three of Swords and a Death card and the Four of Pentacles at the bottom. Wow, that's a story. Jeez. This is like a story of difficult hardship. Really difficult hardship. And then finding like a big prize at the end of everything that's been so difficult. Going from a cycle of, you know, want, hanging on, saving, experiencing a major shift and change in your life with the Death card, and your rebirth is the Three of Swords. Like serious pain. It's like kind of being in a position where things aren't the best, thinking they could really only get better, and then they get worse. But then it's like, well, they really can't get any worse. So then they just like shoot right up into abundance. Oh, interesting. So I'm going to go do the extended Gemini. In the extended, I'm going to look at how to improve your relationships. Interesting over here. What would your deeper self tell you about the mask that you wear? That's curious too. I have a feeling it's a part of you that, you know, is innately you, but it's something that most people haven't seen or seen much of. And then how to release your true potential. So that's what I'm going to do in the extended. Oh yeah. So I got myself, it was on sale. I got it on a Cyber Monday on Amazon. Do you know the little, it vacuums and it mops the floor. It was like 40% off on a Cyber Monday, whenever that was, I remember. Yeah, and I thought, you know, and get me that for Christmas. That's what's out there right now. My son heard me. I have like one of these little handheld battery operated, and Larry, it was his litter, so I just like suck a bit of that up, and so he actually uses it. I don't know how to use it, although I think if I press the button and it just goes. He programmed it and everything. He's got the app on his phone. He spies on me with it. I was sitting there, and the little thing is like this little round machine. Is like a little robot, and it vacuums. The front end of it, it sucks up the dirt, and it's got these little like antenna brushes that sweep dirt in. And at the back end, it's got these two rotating mop heads, and it holds water. Washing the floor, I'm like, this, dishwashers and washing machines are the biggest time savers in anybody's life. Really. I mean, there's a lot of electronic shit that really doesn't save us time. That saves me time. It's amazing. So anyways, he heard me and he turned it on and started getting it going. But it makes a little squealy sound. I don't know why it's doing a little squealy sound. And it talks, right? So it just said something. It's the mop heads are dirty. So it takes itself back to the little station. And I don't know how it cleans its little mop heads, but it cleans the mop heads. So in the little station, you open it up and it's got a thing for the vacuum to put out the dust. I know, it's like the Jetsons. I'm telling you, I'm living like the Jetsons. And it's got two water tanks. One is like empty. It's for the dirty water to go into. I don't know how it does that either. Maybe when the mop heads are dirty, it goes back and it washes the mop heads and sucks the dirty water out of it and puts it in that tank. That would make sense. But then it takes clean water and puts it back into its reservoir tank and it goes off and it keeps cleaning. So yeah, that's what I got myself anyways for Christmas. But yeah, I couldn't, it was 40% off. I was like, holy shit, I'm going to get me one of those because they're so expensive. I would never put that. So anyways, it was a deal. And I'm actually really happy with it because it is a huge time saver, big time. Anyway, so put in the comments, what did you buy yourself for Christmas? So that's all I got for you, gems. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.